Initially, logging wasn't an important aspect of Ontario, then known as Upper Canada's economy. However, this would change by the beginning of the 19th century. Napoleon Bonaparte, the new Emperor of France, decided to resurrect the French national pastime of picking fights with the rest of Europe. His army swept through Europe, and in 1806, Napoleon imposed an embargo on Britain, preventing European states from trading with Britain. This put the Royal Navy, one of Britain's most iconic symbols of powers, in a bit of a pinch. The wood used to make ship masts came from the Baltic. Unable to access their normal supplies, Britain turned to its colonies. Upper Canada was a land rich in tall, straight, and knot free white pine trees, perfect for mast building. Inhabitants quickly took up axes and created a bustling source of trade for the economy. Trees were squared immediately after being felled and stored by the riverside. When spring came, the logs would be lashed together and floated down rivers and lakes into ports where they would then be loaded aboard ships and sent to England. Even after the conclusion of the Napoleonic Wars, logging continued to be a profitable business. Various technologies were adopted to make logging more efficient and safe. Crosscut saws saw widespread use, and trains were used to transport logs to channels large enough for log rafts. Prior to trains, a method known as log driving was used. This involves sending numerous logs down the stream, using tools known as cant hooks to prevent jams from forming in the streams. Many loggers would be killed, losing their footings and being crushed by the logs. Starting in the 1830s, steam powered boats would often pull the log rafts. Many of the boats in Ontario would come to be known as alligators. The logging industry also resulted in a large influx of immigrants from Europe seeking work, causing the creation of numerous towns and villages, further contributing to economic development. In the latter half of the 19th century, ships began to be made out of metal rather than wood. This resulted in a slow decline of timber exports. Logging in Ontario would eventually be overshadowed as a result of industrial advances made in Canada during the beginning of the 20th century. And that's about it. Although logging isn't as big a deal as it used to be, it was crucial to the development of Ontario. As a result of the logging industry, a number of towns were founded, exploration of the province furthered, and a large population increase occurred, shaping Ontario into what it is today.